Live on WCLU Radio, it's The Top Story at 7 with WCLU News Director Angela Briggs.
Angela Briggs here with WCLU, and this is your live top story at 7. I'm sitting here with Lieutenant Jimmy Phelps from the Glasgow Police Department. How are you doing this morning?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm doing great. Now, you just got back from a pretty big deal. We heard the chief talking about it at the council meeting, the FBI Training Academy.
Yes.
Now, what exactly does that involve? What did you learn at the Training Academy?
The FBI in a National Academy is a leadership school that is put on by the FBI. It is at Quantico, Virginia. I was there approximately 10 weeks. During the course of that, I realized and I learned that there were 228 students and 24 international students that were in my session. And I learned that even though there was that many people representing all of those different agencies worldwide, we all face the same issues, whether it's policies, whether it's employment issues, disciplinary issues, things of that nature. So that in itself made me realize that they're not limited to just the Glasgow Police Department or the Bowling Green Police Department or any agency within the Commonwealth of Kentucky.
Right. And basically, it's a way to, as an administrator, because if you don't have good people at the top, you can't have good people at the bottom. So basically, it's a way to help those at the top cultivate better officers and better.
Correct, and that's another reason for this course, I believe, is it helps mold you as a better commander or leader of a department to reinforce your ideas, your belief, and your leadership abilities. It passes it down the line to these newer guys because, you know, I'm not going to be there forever. Other command staff members aren't going to be there forever. So we have to cultivate and mold our sergeants, captains, and others to be able to take our place whenever the time comes for us to leave. We need to make sure that we have members within our department who can successfully take our place.
Right. And you guys have really put a focus, especially the past few years, I've noticed, in the department on training and on getting officers trained, you know, really reaching out in the community and letting folks know what you guys are doing.
Absolutely. The current administration, Chief Howie is big on training. He's big on career development. Right. He's big on setting people in place to take other command staff's positions once we do leave. And we are continuing to hopefully build our image within the department and within the community.
When it comes to law enforcement in 2017, you know, a lot of people think they're just out there writing tickets. You know what I'm saying? They love writing tickets, and is that really what it's about, being in law enforcement? Is it about, you know, tally marks for I've written so many speeding tickets? I mean, is that what the goal of law enforcement is in 2017?
Absolutely not. The goal of law enforcement is the same as it's been since law enforcement began, and that was to protect and serve the community, do our best to provide the best services as far as law enforcement goes as we can. As far as it being more difficult in 2017, it is, you know, due to social media.
Well, I was going to ask because, you know, now you see online all the time, there are all these cell phone videos, and, you know, thank goodness nothing negative's happened in the Glasgow Police Department and stuff like that. But, you know, when you look at a national issue like that, to me, if I was a law enforcement officer, which I'm not, I would have to believe that having that kind of coverage would almost protect you guys.
Yeah, I mean, it does to an extent.
Does it harm your investigation, though? Does it impede that?
It sometimes, depending on what it is, can make it more difficult. However, it has helped on the flip side of that, you know, because whoever is videoing the incident, and we're not encouraging that you go out and, you know, you video every incident that has taken place. However, should you do that, you know, then we would like your cooperation in, you know, coming forward with that video, because maybe you saw something that other witnesses did not, but you have documented evidence of what you've seen.
Right.
So the camera, you know, it's going to provide a better image of what has taken place than a witness statement just by viewing it and not actually recording it.
How many officers do you have in the Glasgow Police Department?
We have approximately 30 from command staff down.
Right. And some of those are pretty young officers, new officers.
Yes.
You've got some with years and years of experience.
Yes.
What do you think is the biggest asset to the Glasgow Police Department?
The biggest asset is, I believe, good leadership that we currently have, as well as these younger officers and what they're learning in the academy. You know, when I went through in 1997, it was a very basic law enforcement academy. A lot of things that we had to go back and take in services for, such as running the intoxilizer, are now included in the academy. The physical fitness portion is very demanding now.
It's not easy.
No, not at all. And you know, you're just getting a more better trained officer than you were back then. The academy is now 23 weeks as opposed to 10 weeks. They're throwing a lot at these kids, and I call them kids because, you know, they're 22, 23 years old.
Right.
I'm not a kid anymore. But when I started, I was in that age frame, 22, 23, 24. So we're just getting a more well-rounded officer as far as training goes.
Right.
When they come out of the academy, they've got to complete a FTO program. Once they complete that, then they are cut loose on their own.
I have to ask, if I pass an officer and I'm speeding and I slam my brakes on, that makes it okay that I was speeding, doesn't it?
No.
And if I put my seatbelt on right before I see the officer, at least it's on, right?
Now, after the fact, yeah.
It was worth a try, folks. You got Lieutenant Jimmy Phelps here from the Glasgow Police Department. We'll be seeing you out in the community. You encourage folks to stop, meet the officers, talk to the officers. You guys are not just there to write tickets, you're also there to help.
Absolutely.
You guys are on Facebook.
Yes, ma'am, we are.
Be sure to click like Glasgow Police Department. Again, thanks for coming in, Lieutenant Phelps.
Thank you
and
very
we'll
much.
talk to you soon.
Thank you.
This has been Angela Briggs with WCLU, your live top story.